to hear that Minnesota was a bad team, so we're not going to credit to Daniel Jones. And yet Dak has 4 or 5 touchdowns against a bad Bucs team, and we're going to praise him. Doesn't work like that.
No.
Tampa's not a good team. San Francisco is a different animal. We know about the quarterback. We know about the offensive weapons and the defense. This game to me reeks of San Francisco at home. And I'm wondering if you're leaning that way or if you have reservations.
So this was one of the games I toyed with the most. At first, my initial instinct was, and I said it on the podcast last week, I'm going to ride with San Francisco. They've been a covering machine. They just are been blowing guys out ever since Brock Purdy took over. And then when I saw the spread open at 3.5 around 4, it made me think, does Vegas know something I don't? Because 3.5 is a significant number because a lot of games like that come down to field goals.
Yep.
But then I reversed again and said, no, I'm not giving Dallas the benefit of a doubt that it was the last game. And I'll share with you something, Rich. One of the philosophies I have with betting is I never bet the winner of the Monday night game the following week because I feel the line gets so inflated. It's the last game that everyone saw. It's the last game that's in their minds, and they're going to overrate that team. That's what's going to happen with Dallas this week. They're going to go into the Bay Area. They're going to be on a high horse because they beat a terrible Bucs team that, let's not forget, the Bucs have a sub 500 record. I don't know how that Dallas defense is going to contain the combination of Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk. I think that they're going to be at a loss. I think that Dak going up against the number 1 defense in the league, the number 1 defense against the pass in the league, I think he's going to throw multiple picks. To me, I'm going with my first instinct. This is a 49er spread cover all the way.
She knows what time it is.
Take it out.
Yeah. So a little recency bias is what you're saying. We're looking at what Dallas was able to do on Monday night. I mentioned this earlier in the week on BYP. My gut tells me that San Francisco blows their doors off. I get this sense that defensively, they're going to shut down Dak, the ground game. I think they'll flip the field. I look at this game as like a 31-17 game. Now, I'm going to get hammered from my guys that are Dallas fans. I get it on social media, my buddies, but let's flip it for a minute. You watch what transpired the other night with the field goal kicker. And obviously McCarthy decided we can't trot him out anymore. We'll go on 4th and short. They brought in a kicker. Can you imagine a scenario where Dallas is lining up for a 53-yarder to win this? I mean, that kid right now has the yips.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know how you trust that guy in the biggest game of the year. I think it's a lose-lose situation for Mike McCarthy, to be honest with you, because if he misses the field goal, you go, why did you trust the guy that just missed 4 extra points the previous week? If he uses the guy that they just signed, I forget his name, then it's, well, why didn't you go with the guy that you went with all week? I think that would be a lose-lose situation for him, but I'm not a big Mike McCarthy fan, so that's his problem to deal with. But I agree with you. I think that this is a San Francisco blowout, and the 31-17 is, I think, close to the score it's going to be. And maybe that 17, it only gets to 17 because Dallas scores a late touchdown when nothing matters. But I'm all over San Francisco. I love this bet this week. I'm fading the Cowboys big time. I'm also going to lead in the over on that one because I think that San Francisco is going to score well into the 30s. I think Dallas is going to get in the high teens. I think the over-under is sitting about 46 right now, so yep. I'm leaning over.